calling this emergency meeting because Nintendo decides to be like that. It's a Slice of Gaming podcast. We're doing this emergency recording here on Tuesday, June 20th. We're less than, 11 hours away from the Nintendo podcast, or not Nintendo podcast, the Nintendo Direct. So we thought we'd do a quick podcast of whoever was available to talk to just give some quick predictions. So consider this a 0.5 episode. What is this, 5.5? So to introduce, or not introduce, but start the roundtable discussion on what we think and hope might be at the Nintendo Direct, it is the Uncharted Wolf.
I'm happy to be here.
Motherfucker, you work here.
No, I'm just saying I'm happy to be here. Can I not say I'm happy?
Are you really, though?
Yes, I am.
I mean, are you sure though?
Oh my god. Just introductions. Come on, man.
Oh, no, are we doing introductions? Okay. And it's also
You know who we are.
as you do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
you know who
Hello.
we are by now.
Yeah, okay, there's Dark. He's an asshole.
It's Dark.
Alright, let's
The
go
hater
into
for real is here.
Look, I hate because somebody has to. Okay.
I respect it. I respect it.
I'm already liking this more laid back version of the podcast.
For real. All right. I guess I'll go into it. Oh, Moon, if you tell everyone where they can find us.
Oh yeah, so we have updated ourselves, so you can still find us on YouTube and Spotify, but we also have added, what did we add? We added Amazon, no, not Amazon, Apple Podcasts. I'm working on Amazon, Apple Podcasts and Pocket Cast. I'm also going to start getting onto Amazon, iHeartRadio, and a couple others as well. And that should be up by the normal podcasts. We'll let you know then what the new full list of updated availability is for all the podcast streaming services.
All right. I think it's time we get into it. I guess first off, how are you guys feeling about this Nintendo Direct? Are you surprised that we even got a Nintendo Direct instead of like a mini or partner showcase? Moon, how about you?
Oh yeah, like I was fully expecting a third party. I was expecting the lowest of the low, the third party partner showcase, because I don't know. That's just kind of like my mindset at the moment. Like like we've been saying, like Nintendo's calendar is pretty empty except for like Pikmin 4, and they said, the assumption was that they were just going to ride Tears of the Kingdom for the rest of the year with like a sprinkling of Pikmin 4, and that's so I just thought, oh yeah, we'll just get some cool third party shit, and that's about it. So yeah, getting a full direct and 40 minutes of it is surprising.
Yeah, really. That's kind of. I share your sentiment. It's just like Nintendo's calendar is pretty empty right now. It's Pikmin 4 and also Pokemon DLC that we have.
Oh yeah, Pokemon DLC. Well, I didn't want to say that because that was my.
I mean, to be fair,
the prediction, that it already exists, Moon?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Doug.
to be fair, I was of the mindset that Nintendo didn't really need anything, considering how ridiculous their first half of this year was. But it wasn't just Zelda. We also had like Fire Emblem. You had the fuck was that game with the tanks that everybody went crazy for?
Advance Wars.
Yeah, Advance Wars. I don't think
I went crazy,
3
bro.
massive fucking games, which is already more than like Xbox and PlayStation at this point, mind you. And now we're going to the second half. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting a full-blown direct though.
Do you consider Fire Emblem Advance Wars massive games though? Like on the same scale?
They're bigger. They're like second liner, like big Nintendo franchise. I mean, you have like your Pokemon, your Legend of Zelda, Mario at the top. I would say like below that is like the Fire Emblem, Kirby. Well, Kirby might be A-list.
No, Kirby's above.
Yeah, Kirby's A-list.
My viewpoint is like S tier is like Zelda, Mario, Mario Kart, Pokemon, and then your A-listers, that's your Kirby's, other ones, and then B is where I would put like Fire Emblem and stuff.
And then you have the C's because they only exist because they only come out every like once a generation, like the Metroids and the Advance Wars.
Then put some respect on Metroid's name. Some
bullshit. They would be more respect on it if it came out once every more than 8 years.
Yeah, we got Dread, and we just had Prime Ward remake. Remastered, not remake.
A remaster, dog. All right, listen, that's not a big tier franchise, I guess. That's kind of my view.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They did good with Dread.
They keep trying with Metroid. We're actually going to talk about Metroid a little bit later. But yeah, I guess Dark, real quick, like, what are your overall expectations moving into this direct? Like, you think is going to be a good one?
Well, I think there'll be like I'm not expecting much first party, to be honest. I think like we'll probably get 1 or 2 games, like outside of Pikmin, because they already said that Pikmin's gonna be there. So like 1 or 2 first party games, and I think the rest is just gonna be third party like announcements. Like, hey, the Switch is getting those games.
That does make sense.
I'm like right there with you. Like I just don't really see this being. A lot of people are saying Directive Dreams. This is not the Directive Dreams.
No.
This is very
Unless
much
your dream is Pikmin 4, then no.
Or your
Hey,
dream
I
is
mean,
so soft,
Harlow's
but you know
excited.
that shit's not getting fucking announced. But you know,
Hey, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But yeah, no, this is just not looking like a. My viewpoint is that this is kind of Nintendo wanting to fill out the rest of this year with
Mhm.
something, because right now they don't have anything. I think you will get one major headliner, and then maybe you get some things that will say like, okay, this is what's coming like ahead of time. This is like our 2024, maybe beyond. I doubt they go for like anything past 2024.
Okay,
That's not
counterpoint.
how Nintendo rolls.
Sorry to cut you off. Counterpoint. They said that
Yeah.
this is mainly for games coming out this year.
Yeah, they always say that, but like,
There's usually
if
like
you look at
one or
every other
two that
direct,
slip in there. They want to tease
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they're gonna show
So-
Metroid Prime 4 for like 2035.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like the viewpoint is like, oh yeah, mainly, and then like the biggest announcement is something that's 2024. That's usually what happens. I guess we'll get right into it. First, immediate question. I already know the answer. Is there hardware?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possible.
Whoa.
Like it's
Wait, hang on.
possible.
I thought y'all were about to say a resounding no. Maybe. Well, what's the thought process here?
I mean, we've like you mentioned, they don't really have shit, and they don't really need shit, in my opinion, for the rest of the year. But like, they could easily right now just announce, "Oh yeah, but the Switch 2 is a thing," even though everybody knows it's a thing. But like, if there
So, like,
were a time to announce it, it feels like now would be a good time since there's nothing
It
happening.
does feel like a random Nintendo time, just be like maybe not a full reveal, but like a tease of like, here's the Switch 2, find out more information, da 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 day. I think
Yeah,
I
like
might just be influenced because there was that report that came out from Ubisoft. So it just
Yeah,
makes it feel like maybe a Switch 2 is a little bit closer than we thought.
I wanted to
I
talk
always
about the
thought it would
report.
be recent.
Go ahead.
No, I always thought that the new hardware was going to be like next year, to be honest. So if it is next year, it makes sense that you will want to announce it beforehand.
Yeah, the Ubisoft report. I wanted to go more into it on the podcast, but it was very much one of those things that like very much hinted towards like a new Switch. And the thing is, I feel like we all know like new hardware is coming. Nintendo's not just going to coast on the Switch for the rest of their life cycle. They could, but they're not going to do that. They've
I mean, they
noticed.
are.
No, I'm pretty sure a
Yeah.
lot of
It's
companies
Switch
have
2.
a
It's going to be the same
like
shit.
production kit of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not going to just be like they're not going to just be living on the Switch 1 for the rest of their like company's history is what I'm saying. Switch 2 is going to happen. You know, despite everyone saying it doesn't exist, it exists. There's definitely developers with it. The question is when we get it. I've always said 2024. Actually, it's possible for it to be early 2024, maybe around like a May window. Who knows? But at this point, they want to launch with something. We're going to talk about Metroid Prime 4. Actually, we can just get into it right now. Do you guys think Metroid Prime 4 is here?
Maybe.
If
It's a lot of maybes.
if this is the direct that they're going to announce the Switch 2, then it's possible because that may be one of their launch titles. If
Yeah.
if they don't announce Switch 2 here, then no.
That's the
Okay,
viewpoint. Is like, do you think they just go like project title, kind of like Project NX?
No,
I
I
think
think
they show it.
we're too close. We're too close to probably the actual release of it to start giving like project names and whatnot.
Derek, I cut you off. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say I don't think Metroid will be a launch title. If it is early next year, I don't think it's gonna be a launch title because there's another studio that has not announced anything for like 5 years.
Oh, who's that other studio you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, we haven't seen anything from the Odyssey team since Odyssey.
Stop!
I'm like, wait a minute, that's a big team.
That's what
We
I
haven't
want
seen
more than
it.
anything. To be fair, Bowser's Fury, that was the Odyssey team, but like that was a much smaller
I mean, that's
project.
tiny though.
Yeah, it was a smaller project, something that like very much they worked on the side. It's so weird. What have they been doing all this time? Like a lot of people still think it's Odyssey 2. I don't think so. I think they move on to
A
just
Donkey
a
Kong
brand new.
rumor.
Yeah, there's supposed to be
true.
some like new Donkey Kong game.
Oh god,
Believe in
please
the
don't be
Donkey Kong
Donkey
rumor.
Kong. Don't be Donkey
It's
Kong.
gonna be 3D Donkey Kong. I'm telling you now.
Listen, okay, I'm just
DK64 2.
Okay,
The
you know
remake.
what? This is gonna get me canceled. Hot take. Donkey Kong is not that good, guys. Let's be honest with
Have you
ourselves
played
here.
this country game?
I have played every Donkey Kong game. They're
It's fucking
fine.
fake Nintendo fan.
No, I'm just saying Donkey Kong Country 1 is great. Donkey Kong Country 2 is great. Donkey Kong Country 3, not great. Donkey Kong 64, garbage. It's terrible. And then Tropical Freeze, Country Returns is good. Tropical Freeze, good. Severely overrated. Like, come on, guys. It is not one of the best 2D platformers of all time. It just, to me, it feels like a waste where you look at Mario Odyssey, look at those sales, and Nintendo goes, all right, guys, you can make a Donkey Kong game. It's like, why would you make your like S-tier studio make a Donkey Kong game? That's not going to sell anywhere near the levels of a Mario game.
Right, to be fair, we've seen Nintendo do weirder shit, and Donkey Kong's not a possibility.
That's true. That's true. This is the thing. I could see it because Nintendo hates me. Why would you waste that development studio's talents on Donkey Kong? I'm sorry. I just have to say it.
What if they put Donkey Kong into the mainstream, like even more than it is?
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like
Donkey Kong Galaxy is gonna pop off and killing.
I feel like general audiences are afraid of Donkey Kong. That's my theory. Like a Tropical Freeze should have, popped up, and like Donkey Kong Country Returns, that was on Wii. That should have been bigger than it was. So like, I just think general audiences are afraid of Donkey Kong. They trust the plumber.
When I have a tag team game,
Tag team game, that would be cool. I'd actually be down for
March of the Minis.
Okay, real talk. That game is underrated as hell. March of the Minis. Everyone is tired of Mario vs. Donkey Kong. March of the Minis is actually good. That is a fun puzzle game. We are going on tangents, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
to be fair, this is
how it should
this
be
is
going.
general predictions, okay?
Yeah,
not like we've gone completely off tangent.
One thing I did want to bring up, just real quick, we were talking a little bit about this before the podcast. Atlas, obviously, like the idea of Persona 3 remake. Do we think this shows up here? I'd say that's pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Look, you want me to mention what I said before?
Yeah, you said it was like the trailer and everything.
Like Atlas straight up leaked it themselves. It's likely gonna be there. Like, if for those who don't know, Atlas they've been getting leaked more than fucking the ocean itself. Anyways, they re-uploaded the Persona 3 trailer somewhere on YouTube for some reason, and in the description it said Nintendo Switch on it for Persona 3 Reload. 10 minutes later, they edited it, and the Switch thing was missing. It's likely gonna be there, and there's also rumors of the SMT Complete Edition. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I definitely could see it. The SMT collection, that's actually a more interesting one. What's the deal with that?
Well, it's not a collection. It's SMT5 Complete. That was what the rumor was.
Right, yeah.
I didn't even know they had DLC for that game.
Yeah, I never played SMT. I want to get into it. I haven't.
Yeah, SMT sounds like a good
Apparently, SMT5 is getting a complete edition, and I'm assuming this means it will also be coming to other platforms. Because why else would you re-release the game if it didn't have? I don't think it even has DLC, to be honest.
And I hope not, because I have the game and I bought it and I want to play it, but I'm like, then you tell me about a complete edition. What am I missing?
This feels
maybe there's like monsters and stuff, kind of like Persona DLC.
Yeah, this feels like Persona 5, like when they relaunched it, but for all platforms. I feel like it's gonna be like that. If they do this,
maybe there's like extra story DLC.
Yeah, maybe it's an extra story. And if they do this, I can see them adding maybe Persona 3 and 4 as ports to the other platforms as well.
Persona 4's already port. Same with.
But not Persona SMT. But
okay, I was confused. I was just like, that was a whole thing for the Xbox
4
show.
would be a much bigger deal of a port because that's a 3DS game. 3 would make sense because there's already a PlayStation version.
Yeah, SMT 3 is on Switch.
Oh yeah,
I know. But I was talking like in general.
Oh, you mean like a completed collection, like they're all together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 4 would be really interesting because that's
4 would need like a full almost remake, wouldn't it? Just because it's a 3DS game.
No, you can just re-release it. That's kind of what they did for Etrian Odyssey.
They did that with Persona 3 Portable. They didn't really change anything. They did a terrible job with that port.
Yeah, that was a bad port. I heard it got fixed recently, though.
Yeah, by me.
Oh, cool. Oh,
yeah, they fixed the audio. But they didn't do shit to the game. Like, they're just like, okay, here's the game.
So now I want to talk about Dark's favorite company, Square. There's been a lot of rumors circulating right now. I'm gonna run by these real quick, one by one. Chrono Trigger HD 2D, that's been a big rumor. Do we think that shows up here?
Sounds too ambitious for Square.
No, it's not like Square would do it. They'll just fuck it up. I don't know.
Whoa. That's the thing. I believe this is real. I just don't think it's here.
I don't know, because there's just so many. From what I understand, there's a lot of legal trouble regarding trying to do anything with Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, because it's Toriyama's art, so like you have to go with the Toriyama Corporation, and then
I thought it was something with the music.
No, it's Toriyama. I mean, no, the composer isn't the music's Dragon Quest thing, because the composer for Dragon Quest is kind of an asshole. So like he's really like stingent about his music being utilized in like other games. That's why Dragon Quest 11 had a really like shitty soundtrack when the initial game launched. I remember some story like that, and then when they re-released it, they actually fixed the music. That's a whole other thing in and of itself. But with Chrono Trigger, that's because you're working with Akira Toriyama's art, because he did the art for all the characters. Akira Toriyama, if you don't know, the creator of Dragon Ball and whatnot. He did the art for the characters, so you have to go to the Toriyama Corporation, and then you have to go to Square, and then Nintendo. It's a whole legal
Sounds more
issue.
fucking complicated than working with Disney. The fuck?
Yeah, no, it's really weird. Another thing, we know Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D is a thing. Do we think we see it here?
That makes more sense. I can see that being
That
there.
makes more sense.
Same. It's been a while since we've actually heard anything about it. I think like 2
Yeah, that
years
or
ago.
Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah, it was revealed for this year, if I remember correctly. So I think Dragon Quest 3 is definitely here. And then this is just wishful thinking. I do not believe this for a second. Mario RPG remake. Come on, guys.
Whoever came up with this is smoking crack. If it's there tomorrow, I want some of the crack as well. But
There's
this is
no
not
way.
it.
I don't know how people think that's a real thing. This is. It feels like it was wished into existence.
Look,
There's
Jenna
just,
was
like,
never coming home. Okay, don't get your hopes up.
It's never like I could. Here's the thing. I think it could be NSO, which we'll talk about NSO later.
Oh,
But
that's
like,
different.
yeah, but like a remake, no, that's just too much of an undertaking.
I should fucking be
Um,
there tomorrow.
if it is, we're gonna look real stupid. I hope it's there. I would love to play Mario RPG in like HD 2D or something like that. And then one last thing from Square, FF Tactics remaster. What was it? Remake, I think. That was in the Nvidia leak. Do you think that's possible to be here? Because we know it's real, because the Nvidia leak is pretty much guaranteed everything was real. Do we think it's gonna be here specifically?
I feel like this is a maybe, because like I know that this game fucking exists. And this would make sense to show it here, but Square Enix makes no sense. They're probably gonna announce it on their own on Twitter or some shit.
I genuinely think that too. I guess also Final Fantasy 9 remake. I don't think that's here.
No, that's not gonna be here.
Bigger stage
that's
show.
PlayStation likely has that, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. Moving on. We talked a bit about 3D Mario, but there's been a lot of rumors circulating of a 2D Mario game in development. I'm gonna say full stop. I think that's here. I mean, that's like a big prediction.
Oh, I hope not.
I believe Mario's here in some capacity. If
New
it's
Mario
2D or
sports
3D,
game.
I don't care. I'm down for either way. I don't know what's gonna be. I actually want a new 3D Mario, but I feel like that's the Switch 2, like launch.
That's Switch 2. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So 2D makes sense.
I know, Moon, if you could explain to the audience why you really don't want it to be 2D Mario.
So in the Discord that we're all a part of, the Game Mess Discord, there's a special thing that a lot of us are in called the Fantasy Critic League. And if you know how fantasy leagues work, you make bets on stuff that either does happen or doesn't happen. One of the things I bet on this year that doesn't happen would be a new 2D Mario game. And so if there was a new 2D Mario game, I would lose a lot of points because it's most likely going to review very well. I doubt a Mario game is going to get like a 60 or 70. So I would be really screwed points wise. It's like of all the years for a 2D Mario game to come, not just a 3D Mario, but a 2D Mario. It's like, why?
Listen,
To be honest,
I know.
why did you go against the plumber?
Yeah,
because it just in January of this year didn't feel like we were going to get a new Mario game, let alone a 2D Mario. Like I wouldn't have bet against a 3D Mario. Like I said, that could have been possible, like an Odyssey 2 or whatever. But a 2D Mario in 2023.
Counterpoint, never bet against Nintendo doing a really out of pocket thing. they always have something in development. I like if there was like on the Fantasy Critic, it's like new Star Fox game. It's like, well, that series is dead. There's no way that there's a new Star Fox game. But I still wouldn't counterpick it because I'd be like, well, you never know.
That happened to me last year too, because we were under the assumption, oh, Pokemon Legends Arceus came out. There's no way that Gen 9 is going to happen. And of course, Scarlet and Violet got announced a couple months later.
I mean, you didn't lose that many points though, because
I didn't lose any points on it. I just couldn't believe it. I just didn't think I would bet on it because I'm like, there's no way Gen 9's also coming this year.
We actually also mentioned Mario Baseball in passing. I think you did, Dark. Do you think that's here?
That was Moon.
Oh, that was Moon?
I just said Mario Sports in general. I didn't say baseball.
Oh yeah, baseball. There's been a lot of rumors about this. I generally don't really believe any of them. I don't think there's a lot of basis around them. I just don't think baseball is the one they want to bring back. I feel like they would just rather do another Mario Tennis. and also fuck it up because Mario sports games have not been good as of late. Like I'm not a big
I
fan
don't know
of
if they would do tennis because like there's still the one on the Switch still readily available. I would think they wouldn't want to do one that's not on the Switch yet right now.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like you say that could also say the same thing about Mario Party, which I also wanted to get into. But there's also been rumors of rumors of a new Mario Party. There's already been Mario Party Superstars and Super. The
Yeah, but
viewpoint
that
is more so.
has a reason behind it.
What's that
Okay,
reason?
you want to get into that?
Okay, well, let me explain my
real-
reasoning
I wanna-
first about
yeah, I
why
wanna-
Mario Party Superstars exists. The reason is because of Nintendo being stupid. Because with Super Mario Party, there was a lot of games that required you to have a separate Joy-Con off of the Switch.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Whereas, so what happened was they screwed over everyone who bought a Switch Lite because those Joy-Cons were not detachable. You were unable to play a lot of Super Mario Party on a Lite because you couldn't remove the Joy-Cons. So Nintendo literally shot themselves in the foot. Said, "Well, now we have to make a Mario Party that can be played on both the regular Switch and the Switch Lite."
Is that what really happened? Because I have a different view.
That's the
Wait, and
like
whole-
leading. That's like the leading theory, and it seems very plausible.
So
I
my
remember
theory
what it was. Yeah.
is that what was the Mario Party that first came out on the Switch?
Super Mario Party.
Yeah, so I believe they had that game and they planned DLC for it. And then they realized they didn't have anything because this came out during the holiday, I remember. They didn't have anything that holiday and they said we're making this fucking DLC a full blown game. Because that game has nothing but old maps remade. I'm not even joking, and it has less characters than the other fucking Mario Party game.
You know what's funny though? It's better than Super Mario Party.
Yeah, it's better than Super Mario Party in like every way
That
that
game-
everyone cares about.
That game is
It
horrendous.
has less characters, what the fuck?
The characters
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Characters
I care
doesn't
about-
matter.
Characters
I'm
get
just
boring when you
playing
play the same
Luigi.
fucking character. Nah, I
It's
disagree.
not like the characters have stats.
It gives
It's
variety.
about the boards
again?
and the mini games.
All the boards are remade. There's not a single new map.
It doesn't
what
matter
the fuck?
though.
Mario's in this game? I don't want to play him.
I like variety.
Who the fuck you look at? It's like, man, we're Shulk, you know? This ain't
Yeah, where
Smash
is
Brothers.
Why don't
It's
they do
Mario Party.
that? Why doesn't fucking Smash Bros. The fuck out of Mario Party? Why isn't Samus there? Why isn't
We
Xenoblade
can
or the other first party titles? Where's
We
Kirby?
could Smash Bros. The fuck out of every Nintendo franchise.
Exactly.
They
They
kept saying
seriously
Smash
need to.
Bros.
And
Remember when
it'll
Nintendo
sell.
Kart was a thing for a while? Everyone was
I
thinking
swear
like
to God.
Nintendo Kart.
It's just ridiculous. You don't need everything to be a crossover. I'm tired
It's
of
not,
crossover.
it's not many things you need to be across. I just wanted more characters. Fucking Toad wasn't even playable. Fucking
It's just a weird
Superstars.
complaint to say Mario Party Superstars was bad because I didn't have any more characters to play as.
Oh, it's not just that. It was
And
just,
the only
there was
reason
no new
Super
content.
Mario Party has that many characters selectable is because they have that whole mechanic of you summoning buddies. That's the only.
Yeah, like-
if it didn't have that mechanic, it'd probably have around the same number as Superstars does.
I will give you the fact that there's no brand new content in Super Mario Party is definitely like, or not Super Mario Party, Superstars. That's a good reason to complain about it. But the characters, come on.
Well, that's the other thing is
complaint.
because Super Mario Party didn't have any DLC for the longest time, and then randomly out of nowhere, if you remember, they just added online, which of course was
so
probably
weird.
just testing for Superstars.
Yeah,
because
it's-
Superstars had online. So yeah, it just seems the most likely candidate that what happened was they made Super Mario Party, then they made the Switch Lite. Went, oh shit, half of our player base can't play Super Mario Party. Okay, now we'll make another one.
Okay, so tangent aside, that was a long one. Do we think Mario Party is here, like a brand new one?
No, if anything, they could just randomly drop like one new board.
If they
Just
drop
one.
if
You
they
guys drop
drop
one
a
remade
fucking
board.
if they drop one board and that's it, I swear
Yeah.
to God, I am selling my copy.
You know, it's gonna be a remake too. It's not even gonna be a new board.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Is Superstars supposed to be like a celebration of older games? That's why it's called Superstars.
I want to retract my statement. I said I swear to God, I am selling my copy of the game if there's a brand new board. I don't want to lie to God, so I'm just gonna say I could see a brand new board being added to the game. I don't
I
want to
won't play
sell
the
my
game
copy.
again, bro.
They want to. They're going to release one board and they're going to promise more down the road.
They say that, I swear. All right.
They ain't got a Mario Kart this shit.
Oh yeah, we should get the announcement for the next Mario Kart set too.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 9? No, that's not here. That's
Yeah,
new
okay.
Switch.
They're going to milk the shit out of it.
Because they got to finish DLC.
Yeah, we still have like 2 more sets of DLC left for Mario Kart.
Yeah, so they're gonna finish that up. That's why I put. I think one of those are gonna be here, like one of the packs.
That makes sense.
So enough about. I think that's everything Mario related. Any other Mario games that could show up?
Mario Rabbids is still a thing.
Super Mario All-Stars remake.
No.
Yo, that shit will be fucking heat, bro.
Nah, that's not here.
Mario movie tie-in game.
As long listen, Super Mario All, they don't fuck up the controls like they did with the original All-Stars, because I cannot play Super Mario All-Stars, man. That game sucks. I just play the original Mario games instead. But that's everything. Real quick, Mario movie tie-in.
No. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't want Chris Pratt. Okay.
Small thing, Pokemon. We obviously think the Pokemon DLC is here.
It's likely, but also Pokemon does their own shit a lot of the time on their own,
True.
so it's 50-50 really, because sometimes they'll be like, okay, yeah, just announce it that it's coming on this date and look forward to a Pokemon Direct at some other time for like a full deep dive.
That's what I was gonna say. I bet you they're gonna announce a Pokemon Direct and they're gonna announce a Pikmin Direct.
You think Pikmin gets its own Direct?
Yeah.
Is there that much in the new Pikmin for a whole Direct?
Yes! You guys are such haters against Pikmin.
I'm not hating. I just don't know.
I played Pikmin recently, bro. There's a lot of new content that they could show for the Direct. They can make a Direct out of. They made a Direct for Animal Crossing DLC. They can easily make one for.
There was a lot of shit in that Direct, in that update.
Oh my! You got a Xenoblade Direct? Like, no, you're gonna get a freaking Pikmin Direct. It's
okay,
still
you brought it up. Now I want to go there.
Shit. I'm not talking shit about Xenoblade. I'm just saying if they made a Xenoblade Direct, they could Pikmin Direct.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I do think, because I feel like if you remember, I think what was it, last Direct or was it 2 Directs ago? They had a surprise announcement, which was 3 Houses Warriors. I think there's a possibility there's going to be like another surprise announcement, and Xenoblade Warriors just makes sense to me.
How does that make sense? I just don't get it.
The Xenoblade is growing a popular. You're just a fucking hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm just saying it wouldn't make money.
Don't underestimate the Xenoblade crowd, okay?
If I was Koei Tecmo, it'd be like, can you guys give us Zelda again instead? We don't want Xenoblade.
Wasn't there talk of a Mario Warriors game?
Mario Warriors. Like any other
Mario Warriors. Mario gets the most games by anybody.
Yeah, because Mario's
because he's the mascot.
Nope. I don't want to get into the Xenoblade discussion. We're not going to get into the Xenoblade
discussion. I think the surprise announcement, if there is one, is Xenoblade Warriors.
You know what? You keep dreaming, brother. I'm just kidding.
I even like Xenoblade, and I'm just like,
there, you're never going to hear that.
Oh, if it's there, oh, no. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes alone on the next podcast. If it's there, you can talk about it all you want. You're going to talk about it for 5 minutes, and you could shit on me the whole time. Because that's how confident I am that
I can shit at you regardless.
No, I'm telling you, I'm giving you 5 minutes to shit on me for it. All right. You can like target my insecurities and shit if you really want. That's how.
I'm not even like that. That's foul, bro.
Really. All right. Moving on to Nintendo. Oh, real quick. Speaking of Xenoblade, do you think Monolith's anything that shows up from them?
No, they just wrapped up Xeno 3. I doubt they have anything to show off.
So I think the next time you see something from Monolith, like outside of like the stuff that they will help work on, like Splatoon or Zelda, is probably be to Switch 2. I do think you might see the announcement of the Deno Saga games coming before the Switch 2. I don't think that's going to be here though. No, that's coming. If you played the expansion for Xenoblade 3 and the comments that just came out from one of the directors, I believe, they're working on that shit.
Yeah, all 20 people that played the expansion. Sorry.
I'm gonna be one of those one day. I'll finish it.
So moving on to Nintendo's other big franchise, Zelda. Do we get anything Zelda, specifically Tears of the Kingdom DLC?
No.
They could announce like what the plans are for the future if there's any kind of like pass like they did with Breath of the Wild. That could be here.
I don't think it's getting DLC.
Oh, really?
I feel like the game's complete. There is one loose thread in the game that they could possibly follow. I don't think they're gonna go with it. Like, what are you gonna make the DLC about?
I feel like you can make the well. That's the thing, though. You're saying like story DLC. I could very much see a DLC that's just like adding a bunch of like new Zonai devices or like Master Mode, something like that.
Master Mode shouldn't be a DLC. It should be a free update. To be honest.
Well, okay, but do you think that would be shown off here then? It's a free update.
If they add free, I can see them adding free updates. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Master Mode. That was DLC. real quick, Master Mode for Breath of the Wild, that was like a DLC pack 1 thing.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
why I
stupid.
think
There's
Well,
no
that
reason
makes-
for you to be paying for a hard mode. You know how
That's
dumb
true.
that sounds.
That's true. That's true.
The other content in it, I believe it was the Master Sword Trials. That was cool. Why am I paying
Yeah.
for hard mode?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think it'll be like you're getting challenge mode. Like that's the thing. This is Nintendo. Like it's dumb, but I think
They're
this is
milking
what
that
they would
shit.
do. Yeah, of course they're milking that shit. It's Tears of the Kingdom. It's been selling insane, you know. Moving on. I want to actually move on to Konami. Real quick, MGS Collection. We said that rumor of not even rumor. It's confirmed of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. Do you think that they announced a Switch port?
Maybe.
It's possible because I'm pretty sure like a good chunk of this direct is going to be just a bunch of ports.
Yeah, I'm on that train. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
going back
just get
to
sizzle roll.
the Zelda topic real quick.
Oh
I
yeah,
do
go for it.
believe there is a chance we do see the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker port.
Oh, I forgot to go over those. Yeah,
You mean those things that don't exist?
They
Yeah,
do
those
exist. I will
they
keep saying
exist. No, they exist. I believe it. It's just Nintendo's fucking weird. I feel like this is a quiet holiday for them. They could easily drop them for this holiday.
exactly. Especially with all the hype of Tears, it just makes sense.
Be like, you guys like Zelda? Here's more Zelda.
Exactly.
that's
Give the people what they want.
The only thing I would like push back on is that I feel like Nintendo's kind of the viewpoint of like we already have a Zelda this year, so like we don't need another. But also it's kind of the 2 cake idea of like, oh man, my cake isn't as good as the other person's cake, and then the audience just sees it as 2 cakes. I think it's gonna be something like that.
It's either, if it is announced, I feel like it's either this holiday or like January, February next year.
Yeah,
Just
agreed.
drop it during a slow month. Be like, just get some free Zelda money when there's not a lot of other games coming out.
Yeah, they have no reason not to drop them basically. Moving on, another big Konami rumor is the new Castlevania game. I don't think this is here because I think that's a lot more ambitious than I don't think it's going to be a Switch game. You guys
Or
have
what if
any
it's
thoughts?
2D? Unless the
If
rumor
it's
says that it's like a 3D Castlevania. I'm not
Well,
sure.
that's the thing. I don't think they're also like. I feel like they would be making both at once. My theory at this point is that the Castlevania game that we're hearing about now is the 3D one, and I feel like there's another one kind of like in almost like pre-production, like planning stuff like that. That is 2D. That they kind of want to like wait to see what the reception on 3D Castlevania is before they decide to start working like fully on it. That's kind of my theory.
If it's just 2D, I say there's a chance of it being there. If the game is not 2D, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. There's also a lot of rumors of F-Zero GX port for Switch. I
Those
don't
poor
really believe it.
souls.
I just don't. I'm sorry. F-Zero fans, they've been going through the ringer more than any other.
Captain
Nintendo
Velky,
fan.
that guy from Smash Brothers.
Oh god, there are people that actually think that too. That's what's funny.
I don't know. Like, I feel like this direct, everything we're saying is not going to be there. There's going to be fucking difference to be.
Yeah, we're saying all these franchises, and it's going to be Pikmin 4, maybe one brand new Nintendo game, and a bunch of third-party ports.
That's the thing. I'm just not really expecting much out of this. I'm kind of just running through the list to real quick, like get a gauge of how we're feeling. Oh, one thing that is possible: Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Do we think that's here?
Yes, I can see that happening. I do.
Sam?
I originally thought they were coming out like this holiday.
Yeah, I agree. I think what they do is I think it's gonna be a thing where they sell them separately, but on the same day.
I think they might combo pack it.
That's
I bet
Nintendo. They're going to separate them.
they're gonna separate it, or there's gonna be a combo pack version that's the same price if you bought them both separately.
No, you know what? It's going to be separate because they're both going to be available on the game voucher thing that Nintendo has.
Yep.
Wait, is Metroid remastered on the voucher?
I'm not.
I don't know.
think
Hold
it
on.
is.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm going to boot up my Switch real quick.
I don't think
Yeah,
it
go
is.
for it. I
don't think it is either, but it
So here-
might be.
I think it'll be digital only.
Oh,
2
yeah.
and 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they
That
did
sounds
one.
very likely.
Like 2 and 3, I feel like they'll be digital only. But I do feel like they'll be comboed together, or you can buy them separately. I feel like this is gonna be the same case with the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, that they'll be together, and that'll probably have a physical release since it's Zelda.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's getting a physical case Metroid.
You figure anything out, Moon?
Booting up the eShop right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe it's there.
I guess real quick, NSO games. Do you think we reveal some more games here?
Yeah, because
That
there's
makes
still a lot
sense.
of like 64 games that still don't have dates, and I'm pretty sure they'll have to line up some more.
where's Mario Party 3? Where's Pokemon Stadium 2? You know, like I want to know where those games are.
Do the other Pokemon games come? Or do
That's
Pokemon
the
games
big
come at
thing.
all?
Do the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance Pokemon games.
Like this direct could be ass.
Never going to happen.
And then they just announced the Pokemon games coming to NSO, and it'll pop up. It'll pop off.
That's what's so funny. We're literally wanting them to port Game Boy games.
Technology.
No, so Prime Remake is not on here.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Advance Wars, Tears of the Kingdom, and Pikmin 4 are part of it, though.
That's so weird. Anyways, I guess like, what was it? What were we talking about? What was the last game we just mentioned?
Metroid?
Oh my god, Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was just like, train of thought just went away for some reason. I guess like a weird thing, like Pokemon GB. The thing is, I feel like Pokemon, if they want to get that, they're like, well, we have to let them trade with Pokemon Home. And it's like, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe that's why they don't do it. It's a weird thing like that, even though I feel like 2% of people actually care about it.
Maybe the
They
caveat
just
that
wanna do
these
it.
games can't use Pokemon Home. I don't think anyone will give a shit.
Yeah, no one will give a shit. I don't care.
There would be a lot of people who gives a shit. There's gonna be
Nobody gives
there'll
a
be
shit
a
about
there'll
people
be a
on Twitter.
small minority, but there will be people.
That's the thing. It's such a small minority because, like, we're talking about Red and Blue, Gold and Silver. Like, oh no, I can't bring my Machamp over to, even though you can catch a Machamp in the new games. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
I might love 100 Pikachu.
Like, yeah, like it's not like you're so proud of it. Like, I feel like most people who want to boot up Red and Blue on NSO just want to run through the campaign again, just for nostalgia's sake. That's what I would do. I don't know. I feel I want Pokemon games on NSO. I just can't really imagine it because Pokemon Company. We talk about Nintendo being weird. Pokemon Company is even weird. Like, they are strange. And that's really mostly everything. All right, we gotta talk about it. Everybody's 1-2 switch. Is it even mentioned?
I think they'll
It's
do
gonna
like
be in
a
a 5-second trailer.
There's gonna be a quick sizzle reel. Be like, go check out this video we did promoting it. Like that weird cold video they just put out.
Here are some headlines, and it's just there.
Yeah, that's my viewpoint. Jeff Grubb posted a video of it, like with scary music. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I fully recommend watching that. And obviously, the biggest game this year, Samba de Amigo. We're obviously getting a trailer here, right, guys?
Sure, it's gonna be part of the third-party sizzle reel.
Oh my god! Listen, all right, I'm super excited for this game. I know a lot of people don't care, but I'm excited. That's all that matters.
I hope this game does good for you.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate it. That's what.
Just so your morality isn't crushed.
Yeah, everything's been going good for me lately. All right, I got my
jinx this before, don't you?
Oh yeah, you've been winning way too much lately. You need to blow. I hope Samba de Amigo's terrible.
No, don't do that to Samba.
You've been winning too much lately.
Let me win some more. This is my year.
Straight malice.
Listen, the last thing I need to like fully complete this year is if Castlevania gets revealed and it looks good. All right, then it's my fucking year, baby. But that's pretty much everything on my list. Did you guys have any last minute predictions? Last things you want to mention?
I wanted to bring up Pokemon. Is there anything else? I don't think so.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I really don't know what the fuck to expect from this.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War.
Yep, I forgot to mention that. Do we think that's here?
Yeah, I can see it happening.
It could because they wrapped up all the Engage DLC, so that's definitely possible.
Did?
And yeah, all the DLC's done.
Oh, what the fuck! I didn't even beat that game.
Yeah, that game sucks. Story-wise, I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Because the gameplay's fun.
The gameplay is really good. The story is like, what the fuck were they cooking?
Yeah, no, Genealogy. I think that's.
It could be like their one last thing as they announce it for like sometime in 2024. Like one of those few games they announced for 2024 in this direct.
I want you to know, as a Fire Emblem fan, that'd be the worst announcement ever if that was the one last thing. It's like,
I really don't know what to expect. That's the problem.
The thing. My expectations for this direct are actually probably the lowest I've been expecting for a direct. Now, that's actually probably a good thing, like a blessing in disguise, because this could probably be like the best direct ever or the worst direct ever. I just can't really expect much out of this because I feel like this is this is the swan song of the Switch. Like, this is almost like the last direct to really like hype up the Nintendo Switch as a console before the Switch 2 takes center stage, I predict next year.
And before this is the most insane fucking Switch Direct we've
Yeah.
ever seen. Super Mario Galaxy 3. Like, they gotta be popping.
They got everything. Galaxy 2 ported. Dude, that alone make this the best one.
Donkey Kong remake is real. Fucking F-Zero. Like, everything that we said that's not gonna be there, watch it be there.
What are we, Donkey Kong remake? What are they remaking? None of those games are good. Nah, I'm
Donkey Kong 64 remake.
kidding. Oh my god, what? You're gonna polish a turd? I'm sorry. No, that's my
Dude,
fucking
They did 1, 2, 3 Switch. They can do anything, okay?
1, 2, 3 switch before everybody's 1, 2 switch. That'd be based. Actually, I'd respect the fuck out of that. But yeah, no, I guess that's pretty much all our thoughts on this Direct. Very quick emergency episode. It's gonna be out of style in like, what'd you say, Moon? Like 11 hours?
Yeah,
Like
like
10 hours.
10
actually,
hours now because we've gone on for 40 minutes.
Yeah, we
So
wanted
literally
this
in
to be
10 hours, by the time you're probably watching this, considering we're not a high volume channel, by the time you actually find this video, we're going to be outdated and you can just laugh at our predictions.
And I hope
Yeah,
you
that-
appreciate us doing this at fucking without
Oh yeah,
any,
we
like,
were all at
reverse
work today
anything.
just yelling at each other on Discord, like, should we do it? Should we do it?
Yep. Yeah.
Because
We're
as
trying
soon
to
as
get
that direct drops, this shit is not gonna matter whatsoever. But you know,
It happens at
But hey,
7
it
in the
was-
morning for me. Jeez.
I had a lot of fun.
yeah, it was
It
a good
was fun.
time.
I like the more this is the more fun, casual kind, and I kind of want to bring this to the regular podcast too,
Sam, yeah.
where
I
we
wanna
just
try to-
lean into the roasting of each other.
Yeah, that's me being an asshole. But you know,
Yeah, true. I'm glad we agreed with that.
At least everyone will now know.
But yeah, that's
Good to
pretty
know
much
already.
it. Moon, if you could handle outros.
Yeah. So see you all in about 7 hours, where we'll be totally right or totally wrong. We'll see how we go. Be sure to catch us on this Friday. Actually, no, Friday when we record, Saturday when it comes out, for episode 6 of a Slice of Game podcast. We'll be doing a wrap up of the Nintendo Switch Direct and anything else that comes out this week. Hope you all have a good one and enjoy the Direct.
Peace out.
See you later, boys.